This is first lecture of this computer network. Thus, I will briefly introduce about the lecture using this web page. Okay, let's look at this web page. You can be here if you are using the URL youngkim.net. Then you can see this simple single web page. Here we can see the lecture hour and the classroom, even though this classroom is meaningless because of this pandemic situation, coronavirus. And this one is showing some bulletin board. If you are clicking this one, lecture guide, then you can see this introduction about the lecture. This is simple bulletin board. Okay, before looking at this one, let's go back to here again. Our class will be held in this Friday in the morning 10:30 until 1:30. Actually 1:15 in the afternoon. And because of the COVID-19 pandemic situation, we cannot use the lecture room. Thus we'll use 100% pure online lecture in this semester. Let's follow this one. Thus, let's click this one, Syllabus. We are learning about the layers of the application and transport layer, network layer, and data link layer. This is called the top-down approach, from top to the bottom. And we'll learn based on online lecture. There's our test, for example, quiz test and midterm exam and the final exam. All of them will be based on online. And in the previous lectures, usually we attended several exhibitions and some other assignments related to the offline activity, but we cannot do that. Thus, in this semester, we will not get any exhibition attendance. We don't need that. And this is the second lecture in terms of the online lecture. Thus, in the review of the first online semester, that was too long. The video lecture length was too long. Thus, I'll try to adjust to proper length. That's around 40 to 50 minutes for each lecture will be in that proper time. And I'll try to adjust to proper homework assignment, the homework workload. And also, as I mentioned, because of that serious COVID-19 pandemic situation, we will not get any teamwork. Okay, our textbook will be here. Computer Networking, a top-down approach. That is 7th edition. And later I will show you. And later in large screen I will show you, but you may see this one, but that will be too small screen. And also for Korean students, if you want, you can use this translated textbook. Okay, anyhow, I will show you in large screen later. And this is just for reference. In the previous lecture, in the previous semester, there was another team assignment, but in this semester we will not get any team assignment. Thus, you don't need to worry about that. But if you are very interested in the internet and its applications, then you can use and you can refer to this book. I wrote this one in last year, ICBAM BF SOB. That means Internet and IoT. That is the fundamental concept and the fundamental technology to build up those applications based on that. Thus, Internet technology is so important, and the others are application services based on that. For example, cloud and big data, artificial intelligence, mobile and blockchain, fintech, SNS, online to offline, and virtual reality and augmented reality, or game, online game. That is VAR here. I will show you anyhow in large screen later. This is just a brief introduction because this is the first lecture. Okay, about the assignment, I simplified the assignment in this semester because of that COVID-19. We'll get 5 homework assignment. Those are related to each chapter. Actually, we learn about the 6 chapters, but I will skip 1 chapter in terms of this assignment. There's 5 assignments, and Wireshark 5 labs. In other previous semester, previous lecture, I assigned 6 labs, but in this semester I simplified to 5 labs. There's 5 assignments in terms of this Wireshark Lab, and 5 assignments in terms of that each chapter homework. There's 10 assignments. That's it in terms of assignment in this semester. Okay, about the course grading, I'll show you this one. Midterm exam, that will be 30%, and the final exam, that will be 30%. All of them will be based on online test. And here there's no teamwork, just individual homework assignment and individual Wireshark Lab. That will be 20%. And the quiz test, online quiz test, we'll take twice. We'll take 2 times this online quiz test. That will be 10%. There's, if we are adding up together, this 20% and 10%, that is about this online homework and Wireshark and quiz. Those are 30%. There's 30%, 30%, and 30%, another 10% here. There's those are 100%. That will be used for grading. Okay, about each lecture in each week, this is the syllabus for that. First week. And now you can access this one, this PDF in the Blackboard also, as I explained already. In the simple web page, you can get this PDF file. First week, we learn about the computer network and internet and the introduction of this syllabus. This is the first week, thus I am explaining about this. We'll use Blackboard and some video lectures will be uploaded also in the YouTube, because our campus server may be very busy sometimes. Thus it may take time, or in case if that is down, sometimes it is not working, then you can access here in this YouTube. Thus in both places you can access our lecture materials, lecture videos. And in the second week, still we learn about the first chapter about the computer network and the internet. That is mainly introduction about that. And I'll briefly introduce the Wireshark Lab. And in the third week, this is the top layer, because we are following the top-down approach. Application layer. We learn about this application layer in third week and the fourth week. After that, in fifth week, we'll take online quiz test about the first chapter and the second chapter. And after that, we learn about the transport layer. Later, I will explain a little more in detail about this quiz test. Anyhow, that will be around 10 minutes. And each question will be, that should be solved in 1 minute, within 1 minute, or in 30 seconds, each question. There's in the previous lecture, because of that the situation of the online queues, and to provide some fair condition for everybody, and without any cheating, I'll try to reduce that solving time for each question. That may be reduced to 30 seconds for each question. And now that quiz test will be open book and open website, thus you can refer to that, but the time will be very limited to prevent any from any cheating. In the sixth week, we'll still learn about the third layer. This is third layer. This is the chapter 3, and that is fourth layer actually. Transport layer we'll learn. Still we learn about the chapter 3. Still we are learning about that fourth layer. And transport layer is first layer among 5 layers. And I will show you some solutions of the homework assignments, and some selected questions will be solved. And I will show you to prepare midterm exam. Midterm exam schedule is fixed here, October 23rd. This is official midterm exam week, and from 11 until 11:20 a.m. We'll take midterm exam. After that, in the 9th week, we learn about the layer 4, the layer 4, chapter 4, and that is layer 3, network layer. In the previous textbook, until 6th edition, we are learning 7th edition, and 8th edition will be coming out later. And now we are learning it to 7th edition. From 7th edition, that the network layer is divided into two chapters, chapter 4 and 5. Chapter 4, this one is explain about network layer, that is third layer among 5 layers. This is called data plane. Until 10th week, we learn about that. And in the 11th week, we learn about another part of the network layer that is called control plane. And also in the 12th week, we learn about this control plane. And after that, we'll take a second online quiz test. The scope is about chapter 4 and 5. That is mainly about network layer. And the data plane and the control plane, those are related to these network layers. And as we learned already in the previous quiz test number 1, this one is same, in the same format. That means 10 minutes, and each question will be around 30 seconds, between 30 seconds and 1 minute, and I will try to reduce to 30 seconds if possible to prevent from any cheating. Also, that is open book and open website. In the 14th week, we'll learn about the link layer, that is second layer, and also in the 13th week we'll learn about that, and about the lens we'll learn about that. And in the 15th week, still we learn about the link layer and the lens, and I will solve some selected homework assignment to prepare the final exam. Also, like the midterm exam, this final exam is scheduled in this fixed time, December 18th, that is Friday, and in the morning from 11 o'clock to 11:20. That is also based on online test. Okay, here let's look at this brief additional introduction about this lecture. Okay, this one will be same because of the our academic regulation. If you are absent over 4 weeks, then your grade will be failure of attendance. That means FA. That means from 4 times until 3 times absence, that will be safe, but you are absent from at least 4 times, then after that your grade will be FA. Okay, online midterm exam in 8th week, as I explained already, and online final exam in 16th week. Those are official exam weeks. No teamwork in this semester, as I explained already, because of the serious COVID-19 pandemic situation. If you don't accept the online quiz test and online exam, midterm exam, final exam, then please change it to other lecture or class. In advance, I am notifying this message. Okay, that's it about this lecture introduction. Let's go back to this simple web page, and I just finished this line and about syllabus. Okay, this is another remark. Quiz and exam, midterm exam and the final exam, those will be based on online. And as I explained already, open books and open web. But those tests will be based on random and paste mode to prevent from any cheating. And this one is the lecture materials, and those materials will be uploaded in the Blackboard also. Also, you can get these lecture materials from here. Lecture PPT, PDF and PPT. Download this one. Simply click this one. Then you can get this one. That is compressed one, zip file. And you can expand. Okay, and the Wireshark. Okay, let's click this one. Okay, this one is downloaded one, and you can see this is 7th edition. And our whole chapters are composed of 9 chapters, but that whole book, that should be 2 semesters usually, and the single semester will complete until this chapter 6. That is the scope of our lecture in this semester. Another chapters, for example 7, 8, 9, and those are also important. Thus you can refer to them by yourself. Okay, let's look at another lecture materials that is called Wireshark Lab Pdf. Okay, you can click here also and you can download simply. Then you can see here uncompressed one and Wireshark, the about DNS, HTTP. Later that sequence is unordered, but the introduction is first one. Later HTTP and DNS and TCP, UDP, TCP, and like that. And even though those 6 assignment, 6 labs, I will provide 5 assignment, and I am reducing 1 assignment comparing to other previous semester because of the our online lecture, and this is so special in terms of the our situation. Thus I considered to reduce the assignment like this. Okay, that's it about this simple web page and about this syllabus. Now let's move to this lecture guide, and this is a bulletin board about this lecture. Let's try to enlarge a little bit. Okay, those books are okay. These books are sometimes shown randomly, and those books are published by myself. And as I mentioned already, this is the reference book, and this one is about the internet and cloud computing, big data, AI, mobile, blockchain, fintech, SNS, online to offline, virtual reality, and augmented reality, and online game. All of them, those applications and services, those are based on this internet. Thus, internet is core technology that is enabling those applications and services. Okay, anyhow, this one is just a simple introduction about the advertisement here. And also this one is my book about the software role model. Okay, those are my books, because this is web page, and this server is being used to introduce some web applications in the web programming lecture, thus I build up this one. And this one is my book. And anyhow, that is just a simple introduction, and that is not main purpose to look at this. This one, this bulletin board, in this whole semester, you should report to this. And always this one will be updated. This computer network lecture guide, this for semester. This bulletin board will be used for lecture guide. Computer network in this first semester, as I explained already, same announcement I introduced here. Quiz and exam will be online, open books and open web, but in random and fast mode to prevent from any cheating. The number of enrollment of this computer network class number 1, even class number 2 and 3, those enrollment of the students, the number of enrollment, that will be increased a little bit, probably to the 50 students from September 3rd. But the class number 1, this English lecture, that will be available from 3 o'clock in the afternoon. There's after pair competition, pair chance, for pair chance, after this there will be no more chance. Okay, later for reference, YouTube name portal, our lecture will be also uploaded here. There's in this YouTube portal that is linked, that URL domain name is linked to this. That is my YouTube, introducing many celebrity, famous people in the world. Thus, if you have time, then you can refer to those famous people. Okay, this is just a brief introduction. Okay, let's look at this youngkim.net simple web page again, and I want to show you this one again. If you are clicking this one, then you can see here this is web page, and this one is, as I mentioned already, bulletin board, and further assignment and further announcement will be notified here. And here I want to introduce this one. Okay, I'll try to enlarge a little bit. Okay, if you are clicking this home, I inserted some URL here to show you this lecture web page, lecture website. I'll try to enlarge a little bit. Then, even though there are several menus, we will refer to several selected menus here. Interactive animations, those are related to the chapters here, and some video notes here. Those are used mainly for reference, and from time to time during our lecture I will introduce this one if this one is helpful to understand. And some interactive exercises here. And I give you the Wireshark Labs materials in the previous web website, thus you don't need to worry about this. And the Python socket programming assignment, we will not get any assignment about this, but you can refer to this. But you need some account. Thus I will provide some source code, Java and Python source code relate to the API, socket programming APIs. Okay, this one is not clickable at this moment. Let's try this one again later. Anyhow, this simple website and some menus, those are helpful materials, and we'll look at later. Hi, as I explained already, I will explain again about the course grading and about the attendance. That is so important. Thus, that is repeated. Even though I explained already in the previous lecture video, in this semester about the assignment, we'll get 5 chapter homework assignment. Each one is related to each chapter, and the 5 Wireshark labs, and that will be considered for 20% for the whole grading. And online quiz test number 1 and number 2, all of them will be 10%. Each question for online quiz test around 30 seconds, and usually that will be within 10 minutes. And about the midterm exam, it will be considered for 30% for the whole grading, and final exam also that will be 30%. And each question, this one was around 30 seconds to prevent from any cheating, and from the experience of the previous semester, this one is the question. Each question will take around this time, between 30 seconds and 1 minute. And about the attendance, that will be considered for 10%. Thus, if we are adding up together, 10%, 30%, and this one together, then that will be 100% for your whole grading. And about the attendance, if you are absent over 4 times, then that means from 4 absence, your grade will be FA. Thus, until 3 times absence, that is not FA, and this is safe zone. But after 4 times absent, then your grade will be failure of attendance. Be careful about this. About the textbook, this is the textbook for our computer networking class. This is Global Edition, Computer Networking, a top-down approach, 7th edition, and Pearson in Korea, they are dealing with this textbook, and the authors are Cross and Ross. This is the textbook. The back side, side view, and the back side is like this. And also, if you are Korean, then you can refer to translated version, but I'm not recommending. But if you are not very familiar to the English text, then you can refer to this one, translated version, 7th edition. Side view and the back side. This is the reference book, and that is introduced in the our lecture schedule as a reference book. In the previous lectures, this was used for team project, but in this semester we are we don't have any team project and teamwork, thus you don't need to worry about this. This is just for reference book, because our internet is so fundamental technology, and that is enabling the other technology or service to be possible. For example, cloud service, big data, AI, mobile, blockchain, fintech, social networking service, and online to offline, and VR, AR, or an online game. Those are possible based on this internet technology. This is just for reference, and this is the side view, and this is backside. ICBAM means internet, and the C means cloud, like this. This is the acronym for that.